Welcome back to another episode of SpicyTalesPodcast with Kim and Stacy.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. Okay, before we get into anything,
Yes.
because we forgot to mention this on the last episode, we ran out of time, but the Alabama riverboat brawl.
So please tell the people what happened.
You don't understand. I have watched this video. I have studied this video. I think I watched it like 75 times. I called my friends and told them to go watch it so we could
There's
discuss.
already reenactments of it.
So basically what happens is like there's a bunch of riverboats and there's a pontoon boat. And they're like, you cannot dock your boat here because it's in the way of the riverboats passing by. Because there's a bunch of people on the riverboats. Like, it's not safe for them to stay there. They were told multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a pontoon boat full of white people.
Drunk white people.
Drunk white people.
Yeah.
In Alabama. So
In Alabama.
you do with that information what you
know.
will, okay? Like, I'm just going to say that. I'm going to leave that there. I'm not going to make no stereotype. Y'all just make the assumptions you need to make, okay? Cool. So anyways, so the black security guard has told them numerous times, whatever. They're no longer on the boat. So he's like, you know what? I'm going to cut the boat loose because it's in the way of the riverboats, which you are not allowed to park and block the riverboats. So he cuts the boat loose, pushes it out. These people,
But as he's doing it, right?
like, no, they're like, he's already like done it. Like, it's cut off, like it's cut. The guys from the boat come out and start yelling at him and they're like cussing him out. You can't really tell what they're saying, but you could tell the guy, like the security guard is animated and he's like, you could tell he's being like, bro, I've already told you that you cannot park your boat here. Like, and he's going off. One of the guys comes out of nowhere and punches him in the face. The guy throws
the white guy comes out of nowhere and punches the
security guard in the face out of nowhere. So then they start fighting.
No, the first thing the black guy did is he takes his hat off and he just throws it up.
And they start going at it. Then another white guy jumps in. And then it's like 4 or 5 white guys beating up this poor black security guard who's just doing his freaking job. Okay.
And meanwhile, there's people on the boat yelling,
screaming
at the guys.
Like, you guys are, what are you doing? A man on one of the riverboats jumps off the riverboat into the water, power swims over like the Aquaman that he is. Michael Phelps in this bee to go and help the guy.
But wasn't there another black guy by the time that?
But the guy's swimming across.
Yeah, but
all the black people. I don't know where all these
Avengers. The guy literally flung his hat, and that was the black call.
The black call. That was the bat signal. The bat signal went up, and niggas came out. Like, I have never seen bows. Like,
some guy took a white chair.
Oh, the folding chairs. Everybody was getting it. Like, and like a lot of people were like, oh, there was women. I'm like, listen, the way those women were throwing punches, they could get it.
Yeah, it was a brawl.
Like, it was a brawl. So a couple women got knocked out with a chair.
It was a brawl.
It was a little rough, but shouldn't have been. Listen, if you swing, it's game on. Like, you can't swing at people and then expect not to get swung back on.
And it's honestly, women, it's a liability to get into a guy fight.
Yeah, you're out here wilding out. Why would you do that to yourself?
You might get your ass whooped because just a lot of shit's going on. So.
And now your man might get an even bigger beating trying to defend your ass. So you might as well just sit that one out. Just watch.
Just watch your man get beat up.
Side. No, baby, no. I love you. But you can't be out here getting in the mix. But anyways, these black people assembled like Transformers. Like, I have never seen, and I was so proud. I was like, no, we got a lot of heat for being on each other's throats, but this was a really nice time that the black community came together. And if there's one thing about black people, they gonna give white people an ass whooping when they deserve it. I'm sorry. If you want to be out here wilding out, you're gonna catch these hands. Okay? Because all these Karens out here been out here wilding out. Like, I don't understand how you can get mad at someone for doing their job. Like, that, the entitlement.
Well, I mean,
like, to the point that you're gonna assault someone.
No.
Like,
but
come on.
I
got mad in the last episode. I was talking about how I got mad about the credit card thing.
Exactly,
I got mad, but I'm not gonna. I didn't insult the lady. I didn't swear at her.
I've gotten mad for parking that's the thing. It's like, you're wrong at the end of the day. I've gotten mad at law enforcement for parking tickets or whatever, but I was doing something illegal. So
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna throw hands with a man doing his job because I was.
I think the cops actually arrested all the right people.
They did. Except they're looking for the black man that was wielding the folding chair. They said, please turn yourself in.
Oh, that's kind of true though, because it's like it was obviously hand combat. It was
he took it a little too far. Like, let's be real, okay? Like, it's fine to catch these hands, but when you start involving weapons, that's when you cross the line. One man got beat out of his Crocs, and I'm gonna point like this because I want her to insert the picture of the man who got beat out of his
savagely
Crocs.
beaten you gotta be to get beaten out of your Crocs. I'm pretty sure they're pretty durable. Shit.
Oh my God, that was so funny. There's like, you already know the internet does what the internet does best. So there's crazy memes, reenactments have already started. There's an anthem. Like, somebody got a folding chair chain. Like, people are out of control. Okay. And I'm here for it. Like,
hilarious.
I'm 100% here for it. All right, we're done with that. So I'm gonna get into my spicy tale. I had two, but I can't decide, so I'm just gonna go with the one with the Gemini.
Okay.
So years ago, I used to barmaid at a bar with a couple friends.
What bar?
We're not gonna say that.
Okay.
So I'd rather not. Anyways, so I used to barmaid with a couple of my friends, and two of which I lived with. So there's other girls that work there, and like me, listen, I'm already pretty hard to get along with already. Like, if I get a bad vibe off someone, like, I just don't give them the chance. Like, it's just, I don't know, it's just, I can't.
She does it to my own friends.
Anyways, don't even get into that. Anyways, so yeah, like, I've done it to her friends. I do it to people all the time. Like, it's not like anything personal towards you. If the vibe is not there, like, I'm not interested, okay? Like, that's just what it is. So there's these girls that work there. And one of them, like, two of them I don't really care about, like, they're whatever. One of them kept hitting on my ex, but I was like, whatever. Anyways. And then the other girl, like, I have no beef with this girl. Like, she's nice. I'm going to call her Kate. I'm going to call her Kelly.
Sure.
She's nice. No problem.
White?
No.
Okay.
She's African, actually. I forget. I think she's from Djibouti, I want to say, but I don't remember, so don't quote me. But anyway, she's nice. Me and the Gemini get along with her. We have no problems. Like, it's always cordial. It's always cool. Her and the Gemini are actually pretty closer than I was with her, like, whatever.
Still?
No, like, at the time.
Okay.
And then, but our other roommate, we'll call her Natalie.
I like Natalie.
Anyways. So our other roommate, Natalie, does not like this girl. Like, I don't know what the beef is. I don't know what's happening. I don't know why she doesn't like her. She just does not F with her at all. Mm-hmm. So we're all sitting outside. They're smoking their cigarettes. I do not smoke, never have, never will. It's disgusting. Sorry. Don't care. So I'm chilling with them. They're smoking, whatever. And Kelly is smoking her cigarette, and I guess she, like, blows her smoke in Natalie's face. And Natalie decides, not today. So, like,
had it up to here.
She's like, I've had it up to here, because she's short, you know, so can't go up to higher than this. But anyways, the way it is outside, it's like there's like a few steps to go up onto the porch into the bar. So Kelly's standing at the bottom and Natalie's standing on the top of the, like, at the highest, like, step. Mm-hmm. So Kelly starts walking up, and Natalie, Sparta kicks this girl off the porch.
Oh my God.
This girl flies off the porch onto the ground. And I'm just like,
why would you
do
in that
this?
fashion?
No, but it was lit. Like, you can't even, like, it was so gangster. I was like, oh, like, oh my God, I was shook. I was like, oh my God. Anyways, so me and the Gemini automatically are like, fuck, now we're gonna have to be on, like, we're in this now. Like, this is my friend. Like, this is
how girlfriend or just friends work a lot of times.
Literally, though. So anyways, so the three of us, plus I have another, like, a really good friend that I consider, like, family to me, that is also there too. So she obviously hops in with us, and it turns into a parking lot of brawl, bro. Like, weaves are flying, braids are everywhere, extension tracks. At the time, people weren't really into wigs like that yet. Like, ponytails, like, just like a brawl.
A lot of hair.
Meanwhile, well, actually, before the brawl, the girl like that got kicked off, Kelly, she gets up and like comes running after
But how is it a brawl if it was just one person?
because the other girl, she was outside. She was outside with her friends, like they were
Okay.
outside too, like obviously. So she like comes in to go and attack her, and the way there's like a vestibule in between, so there's
what?
a vestibule. It's 2 doors and a corridor.
Okay.
And so we like literally, me and the Gemini hold the front door closed and the other door closed, and it's the 4 of us on this girl, like beating the crap out of her because she's like attacking our friend. So now it's like we're like jumping her, and I felt so bad the whole time because I'm like,
because you're like, wow,
I
this
actually
girl,
like her.
she's
She
getting
didn't
her
even do
beating.
anything.
That's when loyalty
But, like,
to a
oh
fault
my
because this girl's getting her
God.
ass beat by 4 people for no reason.
I mean, she did blow smoke in her face, but it wasn't that
okay,
deep.
but it wasn't that.
It was
deep.
not that deep. But anyways, the girl who starts the fight weasels out of the vestibule, goes out the back door, hops in her man's car, and leaves us to take care of all of this.
This is what, and for her to do some shit like that.
She
Wow.
said, so like, okay, so this is my version, but she said that when she got out, the other girls apparently chased her, and that's why she got into her boyfriend's car.
It does make
But
sense that
to
they would
us,
be
I was
out
like,
there.
we didn't know that. So us, I'm
Right.
like, are you freaking kidding me? You're just gonna leave us out here with
And
these
also,
random...
just to leave, she could have gotten in the car and then,
like, came back around. No, she left.
No, she left. She left.
So then, me and the Gemini, it's me, the Gemini, and my other friend that are all there. It's the 3 of us, plus this other Haitian girl who's, because she's Haitian, she's like, well, I guess it's the Africans versus the Caribbean girls, because, like, I'm gonna stick with my Caribbean girls. So she stayed with us. Get into a full-blown brawl in the parking lot. Like, literally, like, fighting in the parking lot. I'm, like, fighting girls that I have no beef with for my friend who has abandoned us in this fight. I felt really bad for some of those girls. They got fired.
Why?
Because they were beefing. They fought at the club.
Oh.
Like, you're not allowed to just fight. So that night, the bartenders come out, the bouncer comes out, he's trying to separate everyone. Anyways, it's a mess in the parking lot.
Is this like after hours?
This is in the middle of the bar, bro. Like, this is like, this is like people are like drinking and partying, and like people are just driving up and like doing U-turns out of the parking lot because
I mean, it's kind of lit though.
It was crazy. And we fought for a long time. I was like, where are the police in this town? What the hell's going on? Like, no one stopped us?
Yeah, usually security's on fights pretty quickly.
There was only one bouncer
and
that
it's
night.
a girl fight.
There was
I
one
swear they
bouncer.
like watching though.
I
When
swear
it's a
to God.
girl fight, they don't mind.
And there was a bunch of guys just standing there. Like, not one of them got involved. Not one of them
Exactly.
intervened. They were just like, oh,
And
dude.
you already know was this winter or summertime?
It was summer.
Like, you already know women don't really wear much, and then there's a fight, so you already know everything was all out.
So, yeah, literally. People were like naked, like fighting. Like, it was bad. And then one of the girls, it was so bad because like at one point, one of the girls was fighting one of my friends, and I wasn't going to get involved because it was one-on-one. And I'm like, yo, I'm not, like, it's one-on-one. My girl's doing her thing. I ain't going to stop. I ain't going to hold her, you know? She doing her thing. And one of her friends went to go try to like get in, and I literally went up, and when I tell you this girl backed up, she's like, no. I was like, that's right, you better back off.
God. Yo, thank God social media wasn't booming like that.
Oh my gosh.
You know what? One of my boyfriend's hobbies is to go on Reddit, put like fights. Sometimes he wants specific girl fights.
I'm done.
And some of the footage, you could tell these are old videos from like flip phones.
Yeah.
And those
I
are the
believe
best
it.
fights. And
But
the
yes.
cameramans are always trash.
They all
They're so hyped.
It looks like it was filmed out of a box, like a shoe box. Like, so yeah. So anyway, so the bouncer finally like starts breaking things up. The girls are finally starting to like, you know, like it's starting to like die down, whatever. And then the bartender who is in charge, because like I'm a barmaid, the bartender is the one who's in charge, calls the shots for the night. Like if you're acting wild, she's the one who's kicking you out. She's the one who's gonna like cut you off alcohol, whatever. She decides she bars all the African girls. None of you girls can come back. You're all fired.
Is that
All of you.
racist?
The girl is Trinidadian. She's not freaking racist.
That's Caribbeans versus
I
Africans.
mean, it is what it is, you know. That girl is my girl too, so you know, she has to have a whole, you know. Thanks, girl. She knows who she is. I ain't gonna name drop you, girl. She was like my second mom, bro. She took care of me. But yeah, so then, the next day I go to work, and like I'm terrified that I'm gonna get in trouble because I'm like, fuck, like if the owners find out. They weren't even mad. They're like, we heard there was a brawl. You know, ladies, we expect better from you. Like, blah, blah, blah. I was like, I'll never do it
being
again.
mentors.
Literally, they're like, everyone loves you guys. Like, don't get in trouble here.
Just bad
like,
business if they lose you.
Oh my God, 100%. Like, and then so that's the story of how I got into a freaking bar brawl. Being loyal to your
How
friends.
was the conversation afterwards with Natalie?
Okay, so Natalie didn't come home. She ended up leaving. She went to her sisters, and then her sisters were trying to beef me and the Gemini because they're like, "Oh, you didn't stick up for our sister." Blah blah. I was like, "Bro, your sister abandoned us. I got into a whole fight because of her. I didn't even want to fight these girls. I had no beef."
And my sister is definitely known for coming in and backing up her friends because I remember when it was the Gemini's birthday party at the outdoor place and you stepped in front of a guy, so because your friend was acting up.
She was in the wrong.
And then she literally left.
And
She's
then
another one that left.
No, she didn't leave. She got kicked out.
She got kicked out, and actually you wanted her to leave.
We all wanted her to leave. Like, we were like, you need to go, girl. You need to go. She's better now. She's not like that no more. We love her still. Shout out. I ain't gonna say your name though, don't worry.
Oh, and R.I.P. to Angus Cloud.
Oh yeah.
One of the actors in Euphoria, which is so crazy that it's not coming back till at least 2026. Wow.
Yeah, that's really
They're going to be so much older. But R.I.P. to Angus because at the end of the scene of his scene for the second season, he was like in a shootout and his little brother dies, and I'm pretty sure he gets shot as well, but I'm pretty sure it looked like he was gonna survive, but now he's definitely gone.
Yeah, that's really sad.
Yeah, it's really sad. And apparently his dad passed away a week before, and apparently he was obviously very sad about it. And yeah,
I feel like, didn't he die of an OD?
Yeah.
It's probably an accidental because his mom said
it was suicidal. Yeah, exactly.
So it's probably
there's a lot of ODing, guys. Please just.
Honestly, everybody should get Narcan. Just get Narcan. Keep it on. If you're gonna be doing drugs, like we're not trying to tell you to go do drugs there, but like if you are going to a party, like you should. If you're throwing a party, you should just have it on hand because you never know. Like we're not trying to judge people. Everybody goes through their own battles. Like you go through your struggles, but if someone is going to people are gonna do drugs regardless.
There's been so many cases of now them going after the drug dealer because there's fentanyl. It's like it's all fentanyl at this point. Because
I'm just
it's cheaper
saying,
to
like,
make it with fentanyl. So
just have Narcan on hand.
chill.
You never know when people are going to be doing drugs. If you're going to an event, if you're going to a party, if you're hosting a party, if you're doing drugs recreationally all the time, whatever, it's better to be safe and sorry. And in Canada, you can get it at the Shoppers Drug Mart for free.
Really?
Yeah, you could just go to the shopper, like the pharmacist, and ask. They'll give it to you, no judgment. Like, and I mean, I know that sometimes they ask you like, how long have you been using? You don't have to tell them that. Just say, I'm having a party and I don't know if someone might be potentially doing drugs. We just want to cover all our bases. Like,
that's true. You definitely should be testing your drugs. I remember when
okay, you shouldn't be doing drugs, but
no, but you should be testing your drugs because it's a common thing that it's in the cocaine. I'm pretty sure I keep hearing that it's in the cocaine.
But
and
like
everyone that's overdosing,
but it's not just cocaine. Like it's in a lot of other stuff too. Like people are now switching from like heroin to fentanyl, or they're doing things that like
they're doing fentanyl.
Yeah, people are doing fentanyl. People are they're lacing everything with it. So whatever your DOC is, like just. Please, like if you're gonna do it anyways, just have Narcan. Like just the pharmacy will literally give it to you. Like there's no reason for you not to go and get it.
Yeah, but and obviously, sure, this message might save lives, but at the same time, when you're hella depressed, you don't give a shit. I'm not saying that he wanted to, but even if. Like he didn't even. I don't think at the time he would have cared to even test his drugs to take them. He just wanted to take them.
No, Narcan is to save you if you OD.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
I feel like you should test your drugs.
You should, but I don't know how to do that. But I know that Narcan is what reverses overdoses.
But if you're like I don't know what happens when
I'm not talking about
but
just
how can
him,
you?
but like sometimes you're not by yourself when
That's
you
true.
do
That's
drugs,
true.
and someone else could notice that you're ODing and then pull out the Narcan and like save you. You know what I mean?
Like an EpiPen.
Well, yeah, but I think it goes in your nose. I don't really know how it works. I think I saw a video once of like a cop.
A cop, yes, that's right.
Yeah, and I think it goes in your nose from what I saw in the video, but I'm not sure. I don't know.
You have to do that really quick.
But that's what I'm saying. Like sometimes, because a lot of the times people use drugs recreationally with friends. Like, unlike, like, I mean, I know people who are depressed who are going to do them by themselves, but for the most part, people who are doing drugs at parties or whatever, there's people around. So if you notice the signs of someone like starting to eye roll or shake or anything like that. Do you think that
there's more people doing drugs partying or drugs by themselves?
I would say partying.
Because there's prescription drugs, which is like one of the biggest problems.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
that shit is... Well, you could be doing it with
also do it when they're partying too, so.
Or you could be a child of your parent, and
a lot of people also start doing them because of prescriptions, and then
they get addicted.
So
every single time I would get codeine in like a T3 or something, they would always. The pharmacist would always be like a consultation, and they would tell us how addictive it is.
When I got my wisdom teeth taken out. First of all, they prescribed me Oxycontins because they're freaking nuts. This was way back when, though. This is back.
You get the good shit in?
This is back in the day when they used to be like, you get Oxycontin, everybody gets Oxycontin. Like, that's when back in the day when they're trying to get everybody hooked. And I got all 4 of my wisdom teeth pulled out, but all 4 of my wisdom teeth were laying on their sides. So I had to have oral surgery and get my gums cut up and like take them out. So I had a lot of stitches in my mouth and like I was in a lot of pain.
They look like they beat you up.
I know, I had 2 black eyes. Like my face was literally
I think they might have
this
beat you up while
big.
you
They
were
probably
under.
did. They were probably rolling in some punches while they were
like, why is it so hard?
Like literally, they're like putting their foot on my chest to pull the teeth out. Like, but yeah, so they prescribed me Oxycontins, and I remember I took them for the first day and a half. But I couldn't, like, one, they were making me freaking sick. Like, I just did not feel good. I was so loopy. At the time I was dating my ex and like literally couldn't hold a conversation. He was talking to me. I was drooling while I was talking.
Ew.
I was literally like nodding off. Like I literally looked like a heroin addict. And I was like, I'm not taking these anymore.
Yeah.
So
well, thankfully you don't have an addictive personality.
No, I think I either gave them back to the pharmacy
or gave it to someone to sell them.
Or I gave them to someone to sell them. But I'm pretty sure it's the latter.
Because why is it every time I'm around, like, some people, it's like, oh, yeah, they gave me this for those. Like, oh, you need them?
No.
No, I'm not using them. Oh, can I have them? For what?
Like, yeah, people are like that. Like, I don't remember who the person is that I gave them to. Actually, I do, I do remember it. But anyways, yeah, I gave them to that person, and then I don't know what they did with it, but yeah, because I could not take that stuff. And I remember one day,
they're strong.
Yeah, like I was like, I remember one of the last day that like I had just taken the last one. I was like, I'm not taking these anymore. I had to bus home because I had to work the next morning, and like I took the bus. Fuck, like, I don't even remember the bus ride. Like I don't know how I got back. I don't know what happened, but I made it back. But like it was rough.
And I feel that it messes with your sleep too. You have trash sleep. I had some weird nightmares while I was on my T3s. Ugh.
Really?
Yeah, remember I told you that I had a dream. I had a sleep paralysis. And
I
thought my boyfriend, I was dreaming my boyfriend was there, but he wasn't in town, and then I was getting freaked out because I was dreaming that he was there, but I knew that he wasn't there.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
But yeah.
Yeah, sleep paralysis is another thing.
Sleep paralysis is the worst.
Oh, the absolute worst. I get it. So I usually get sleep paralysis when I have nightmares. And like things that trigger nightmares, really, really high stressful situations, or scary movies. So I don't watch scary movies because they trigger me to have nightmares.
Do you have the sleep paralysis while you're on your back? Because mine, it always happens when I'm on my back.
It's always when I'm on my back. Yeah. Always. And it feels like there's like someone or something and you there
move, but and you can see, and you're just frightened,
literally terrified. My heart is going like, and I feel like it's happened to me so much, and now I'm like, I just don't want to watch scary movies. Like I don't want anything that's gonna like lead me to have sleep paralysis. I'm not in for it. Like I can't. It's traumatizing.
What's the other one called? Where you can control
lucid dreams.
Lucid dreams.
I wish I could.
I like those lucid dreams.
I don't think I've ever had a lucid dream.
I've had a few of them. They're cool.
Can we talk about Lizzo?
Ugh, jeez. Yeah, sure.
I don't know what's going on.
Don't know.
I don't I mean, I ain't never gonna tell no victim that they're lying, so whatever. But
who knows what actually is gonna come out? Because obviously, like, this is an ongoing case.
This is not a good look, girl.
It's not a good look.
It is not a good look. And how you fat shaming people?
Yeah, Lizzo's fat shaming her dancers
like,
and sexually assault or
harassing, trying to force them to like eat bananas out of men's butts. Like, I don't know what the heck
is strange shit is happening with Lizzo, but if this is true, shame on you.
And if it's not, ladies, come on.
They're trying to get a check.
But I saw a few videos on like TikTok, and I saw one particular video of this girl talking about how her experience with Lizzo was not very good, and from what it sounds like, her mans that Lizzo has is the man she stole from that girl.
Oh, wow.
And that girl had been dating said man for 10 years.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ariana Grande situation.
Oh, Ariana Grande's another one. My God.
Is really...
I also saw a TikTok video about Ariana Grande, and in her song, Thank You Next?
Oh, yeah.
In the book, like in her little burn book that she has, there's a picture of Big Sean, and in brackets it said could still get it. And he was with Janae Aiko at that time. And it's like...
And apparently she basically stole him from...
Naya
Rivera.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Ariana Grande pretty much wrecked.
Man thieving.
She
don't leave your man right here. True player for real, apparently.
I don't know if her husband divorced her, or she divorced her husband.
I'm pretty sure she was having an affair with her co-star.
But she was definitely having an affair with her co-star, who was also married to
and
his
has
high school sweetheart.
Has like a 4-month-old baby, and they're like, we've been separated for months. When the baby was born, the baby still has afterbirth on its head. What are you talking about?
But in his defense, I know someone right now who's pregnant and she's not with her mans.
Ooh, we calling you out.
So like, it's actually possible. But I'm sorry, if I'm having your child,
but
if I am
first of all, they're married. It's not the same.
Maybe the baby was a save a marriage baby, because those happen too. So maybe it was one of those, and the thing is, the guy is not even cute. Like, he's actually kind
of looks like her brother. You know,
with the blonde and
First of all, you couldn't even give the baby a chance to be able to sit up on his own and hold his own neck up. Like, the baby still has freaking milk residue on his neck, and you're like,
apparently on Mother's Day, which is May, we're in August. In May, he's talking about, this is the best mom, I love you, whatever, my wife. And Ariana Grande liked it. You know those...
She went to dinner with the wife.
Snaky ass girls who will smile in your face. Oh yeah, I know.
While they're
you're
trying
such a great man. You're such a great... Your husband's great.
Yeah, I bet he is. He's such a nice guy. Oh my God.
But honestly, he's the one at fault here. Let's be real.
They're all at fault. But yeah, 100%. He's the one who made the commitment, so it's on you.
You just had a baby with your wife and in a relationship for like 10 years.
You know what's even more embarrassing? This man really out here leaving his high school sweetheart and family for Ariana Grande, who goes through men like underwear. She'll be done with you in a week, and you ruined your marriage for what?
Some guys have no
self-control,
no priorities, nothing. No. Yeah, okay, you have to weigh out the options. Yes, it's Ariana Grande, but look at her history. She literally is married still. What are you talking about? She got married to this guy like 2 years ago during the pandemic. Yep. This is not a long marriage. I mean, whatever. They're celebrities. They never have long marriages. But this guy is coming from like a real, authentic marriage to just fakeness. I'm sorry. And you know how people they get on a film together, they fall in love, blah blah blah. Next thing you know, they're making another movie. They're having an affair with the new cast. So you're dumb. He's so stupid.
He is stupid. You literally lost your wife and child for a freaking 2-week fling. Like, that's...
Well, now they might have to stay together for at least a year.
Oh, please. She couldn't even stay with friggin' Pete Davidson. Like, and I loved her with, like, Mac Miller.
Mac Miller. And the worst thing is, I love Ariana Grande as an artist, but I didn't know she was shady like that. Jeez, this is giving Kardashians. It really is. And then they keep playing break up with your boyfriend because I'm bored. Or break up with your girlfriend because I'm bored.
I mean, it sounds like she was bored.
I mean, at least in the music video, she ended up with the girl instead. Like, gee.
I'm surprised she didn't snatch his wife too. Shit.
Like, you might as well just be like a unicorn in the relationship. Jeez.
Oh my God. I cannot. Speaking of unicorns in the relationship.
What are you talking about?
You know, I always mention my married friend, and I know he's going to be pissed that I'm going to bring this up, and I don't give a damn because I'm sick of your nonsense. So my married friend, who honestly, like, okay, I know he's married and he's fucking crazy and says crazy things, and people are like, why do you even talk to him? I'm like, he's actually a good friend of mine. Like, I actually fucks with him.
Good friend,
okay?
Terrible husband. Like,
terrible husband, and like,
things.
Luckily for his wife, I'm always like, no, I'm not interested.
Thank God for his wife.
Like,
jeez.
Thank God, because I'm like, no, bro, like, we're friends. And I always say, like, if this is how you're gonna, I'm like, listen, like, we're friends, like, you need to start respecting that, because or else I'm gonna just block you one day. And he's like, okay, I'm done. But this man literally told me recently, I don't even care, I'm exposing all his business. That, okay, no, wait, let me not
just filter.
But anyway, so recently he messages me and goes, would you be interested in being in a threesome with me and my wife? I said, immediately no. Like, why would I want to do that? He's like, well, we can't sleep together, but if we do it with my wife, maybe it'll be okay. I'm like, sir, no. Like, I don't want to.
Like, has he even brought a threesome in conversation with his wife ever?
They've had a threesome recently.
Okay.
With someone else.
So now he's all hyped up. And this is what you guys have to be careful about if you introduce threesome.
Because she's like opening up. I think she's the one, because I think the person that they had the threesome with is a friend.
And because I feel it works better if the woman is introducing the woman. So the fact that he would be introducing a woman, oh, hell no. You've been looking for this one the whole time.
Stacy.
No.
I was like, my mans, it's not gonna happen. Like, I'm not interested. He's like, I'm just saying, like, think about it. There's nothing to think about. I don't know what you're talking about. I can't wait for him to see this. He's gonna be like, you're such a snake. I also, like, when I sent him the clip of me talking bad about him, he was like,
that's like our best clip.
He loved it. He was like, that's me. When we were in Toronto, he texted me, and I'm like, oh, I'm with my sister. He's like, is it the one that you do the podcast with? I'm like, yeah. He's like, tell her the dirtbag says, hey. So he knows who he is. Like, it is what it is. He's just the dirtbag.
Yeah, he's the dirtbag.
He's the dirtbag. That's his name. Like, yeah, but like, he's freaking jokes. He's actually hilarious. So it's like, it's hard to stay mad at him because I'm like, you're an idiot. If I was someone who was like gonna take him seriously, it'd be different. But like, I'm just like,
that's
bro,
the
get out
thing.
of
When
here.
you have friends that do bad things, as long as they don't do bad things to you, like, it's okay.
And like, he hasn't actually cheated on his wife.
I hope so.
But I feel like he wants to, but like,
so bad. You know what's the difference between men and women? It's like, a lot of times when a girl wants to cheat, it's actually worse for the girl because it's very easy for the girl to cheat.
Yeah. Like,
whereas for the guy, it's harder to cheat.
I even said to him, I'm like, what incentive does a girl have to cheat with you? Because you're married. So like, I'm like, you're not paying no one's bills. You're not doing nothing. No woman voluntarily wants to be
doing something. He needs to be like a little bit of a sugar daddy.
Because I told him, I'm like, not for me though. Like, I'm good. But like, I told him, I was like, listen, like, there's no girl is interested in just sleeping with you. There's no incentive.
Unless
like,
you were extremely good looking or
but
very
even
rich.
then, you're a dime a dozen. Like, you can find someone else. Like,
yeah, but like I said, mess with married men.
No,
like,
yeah, because they're doing something for them. Like,
they're doing something.
And I said that to him. I'm like, if you were like paying someone's bills, giving someone money,
sometimes
like,
attention is enough. I'm telling you, it's crazy.
God.
Attention is a hell of a drug.
I don't need attention that much.
I don't.
If you want to give me $5,000, like, I'll be your mistress.
Oh my God, please! I would love to see $5,000.
Please, your boyfriend would be like, you want me to drop you off? Or you want me to wait outside? Or
I asked him. I've told him once, like, you should get a sugar mama.
What did he say?
He says, "Okay, I don't think it would be that easy for me to get a sugar mama." I'm like, I feel like it would be.
It would. He's tall.
She'd have to be old though.
He's
like
tall,
older.
He's light skinned. I feel I feel like he'd find one in a heartbeat.
I'm like, but you can't do anything with her though. She could just be a listening ear and I don't know, cuddle. People just wanted companionship.
I mean, if you find a woman in her 50s, if she's gone through menopause, she might just want to cuddle.
Or like 65.
Maybe find one that's had a hysterectomy because her sex drive is gone.
Oh.
Filter it out through hysterectomies.
Go back on Bumble, put the age at like 75. They're not on here. No one, no results.
No, I feel like you'd have to go on like Christian Mingle or OkCupid or some shit.
I feel that's so crazy because by the time we hit 75, we'll know Bumble, but 75-year-olds don't know Bumble. You know what I mean?
They barely even are like, well, can you get me on the Google?
It's just so crazy how, by the time millennials are 75 years old, 75-year-olds are going to be crazy.
Oh, you're wild.
Like 75-year-olds now are talking about like maybe wars or something, but 75-year-olds when we're 75, we're gonna be like twerking. Ludacris.
No one's breaking their second hip. No one's busting their hip replacement to twerk to Ludacris. Okay, like.
But there are a lot of older people that smoke and drink though.
Yeah, but especially here because it's legal. I feel like ever since weed became legal in Canada, like a lot of older people, like boomers and stuff that smoke who would have never smoked ever, who were super against it before, like
even
now
maybe
they
a little
smoke.
the little CBD cream,
you know? And stuff like that. They're like more open to it now.
Yeah,
like, all right.
It's so crazy how if you put something in an environment for long enough, like we actually get desensitized. The way we talk about weed in front of my mom now is just crazy. That used to be crack cocaine.
Oh my God, yeah. Like
it's
like,
just so different now.
Like the time when mom was like, I found drugs in Stacey's room. I was like, what'd you find?
That was 2019.
Literally, like, but yeah, no, like back in the day, you could, especially Caribbean parents, you could not even.
Guys couldn't even grow out their hair and get it braided. No. You couldn't even thug.
Oh my God, Rasta! Like, look at the Rasta
And now you go to Montreal, everyone's
a dreadhead. Your godmother has dreads. All her kids have dreads. My mom now has micro dreads. Like, back in the day, dreads?
Oh my God.
Oh my God, you might as well be a drug dealer.
Exactly.
You might as well
be a drug dealer.
You're literally selling crack on the corner. You're whipping that Pyrex pot.
And that's parents see you like that. The cops see, like everyone sees
everyone.
You like that.
Like
your place of work. You don't have a place of work.
No, they're like, ooh, you know what? We're gonna have to let you go. Your hair's looking a little ethnic. We're not here for that.
And now it's so different.
Yeah, and now if you live in Canada, there's a weed store on every corner. It's like it's literally like Tim Hortons. They're literally in competition with Tim Hortons right now. Like
Tim Hortons
neck and neck with the
Starbucks too. There's so many Starbucks. It's crazy.
I swear there's more weed dispensaries than Starbucks in this city.
I think there might be.
There actually are.
Because the government wants their money.
Just on on the main road that I live on, just on that main road, there's like 5 of them.
But that's the crazy part. It's like, how are they making money? But they're still open and they're every block. It's insane.
People like variety.
And that means that it's safer than alcohol because there's not an alcohol store every block.
No. Also, now because of like the fentanyl stuff and whatever, like people are finding fentanyl in their weed. Mm-hmm. People are more inclined to go and buy weed at the dispensary because you know what's in your weed.
And it's not, like, back in the day, you had that one guy, whatever, he's busy because he's serving to the whole community.
Weed dealers were the worst.
Yeah, not reliable at
ever.
All.
One, because they smoke their weed and they lazy as hell. Number one, was that not a rule by Biggie that you never let like fiends know where you live? These motherfuckers are like, oh, can you meet me on my front porch?
It was bad.
Like, I smoked a little bit. You want to come meet me? Bro, like, what the heck?
Like, so heat bag?
Oh, Mom, I'll be there in 45 minutes. 3 hours later. Yep. Still not here.
And the fiends don't give a shit. Like, they're just, like, stressed, obviously, but they're getting their weed. That was the only place 100%. To get it.
There was only, like, 1 or 2 dealers answering their phones.
Now it's literally every block. You don't have to worry, man. That put the weed guys out of business, but I guess they don't care. They went on to, I guess, bigger better things. Big things. They're out here wilding out. Oh my God. They're either in jail or undercover still. Good for you.
I'm dying. Listen, times are tough. In this economy, I get it.
In this economy?
I get it. If you gotta whip a little crack to make your freaking rent money, it is what it is. I don't know. I ain't judging. Do your thing.
Been around forever, so
I mean,
to me, the drug dealers are the same as like prostitutes. It's just,
I lump them all together. I don't have no problem with none of them. Do your thing.
The guy version of like that's what they can do because ain't nobody buying body off of men. I'm sorry.
We're not paying for it.
Just not. It's so sad that it's just how the world is.
No, but there's people who pay for it. Remember when? Okay,
there are strippers.
No, but even like in Horrible Decisions, the podcast, Mandy talks about how she's bought dick before.
Yeah, but it's at much lower demand than
100%.
Yo, that black guy, I don't know if he's a janitor, I don't know what he is, but he just walked in again.
I never saw one.
I saw him. Oh my goodness.
But yeah, no, like, I mean, obviously, like, it's facts.
They're
like,
just not the amount of money women are making.
They're not. And like, honestly, like,
and I feel you have to be pretty good looking. Like an ugly, dusty Buckty could be a whore on the streets, but
I've seen.
Yeah, it's like fiends, like heroin addicts.
Back in the day, so I know we only have a few minutes, but back in the day, one of my childhood best friends and I used to live in Vanier, okay? Ugh. And there was a lady who would literally street walk in pajamas, high as hell on heroin, literally like walking like this. And people, she would get into cars and like go down the road and then come back. Like, and she looked.
There's always a demand for vagina, guys.
Like your typical.
Always.
Stacey, she looked like your typical junkie, like sores on the face. Skinny as hell, no teeth, like, and men's were out here paying.
Hype, the blowy's gonna be crazy. That Glock 5,000.
They're like, nothing better than a gummer. Our producer's disgusted with us. He's like, we're done here. Like, wrap it the
He's like,
up.
but big facts.
No teeth in the way, gums.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. I'm just saying, like, then she gotta put her teeth back in, like it's nothing, whatever.
Oh shit.
Yeah, no, like I used to see her all the time. That girl would put in work, bro. That girl was
actually, I'm sorry, but they are hard workers.
Bruh.
They're hard workers.
Didn't matter if it was snowing, raining, heat wave. That girl was on that corner all the time.
Because me, if I don't want to go into work, use my sick day, chill at home, don't have to
Listen, if I don't have to go to work, I'm not going.
Exactly.
Like, I'm not. So
yeah, they be working out.
They working that hard. OT, you know?
I hope they legalize prostitution or they decriminalized it. They just have
honestly, as it should. I think
there'd be less problems and violent situations.
Yeah, 100%. So. Same with like the whole pimping situation and like people just being entitled to other people's body. I don't know
why I feel like if I was a prostitute, I wouldn't have a pimp. I just feel I would.
I feel like so I've heard crazy stories. One particularly close to home from someone I know very well that they like were assaulted
a lot of times,
like almost died.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I do understand why women get
protection,
but at the same time, like,
but then sometimes
work
you need
through
protection
an agency, bro.
Sometimes
like,
you need protection from your own pimp. So most times
you should work through a legitimate
like Excel HR prostitution. You know,
I'm freaking dead. Leave your credit
card
at the door.
Excel.
Dying. Excel HR is like, we have no affiliation with these people at all. Please don't mention us. They're gonna send us a cease and desist. Like, stop this. But I think that, like, obviously there's people who don't because of other reasons, but I think if you have the ability to go through an agency where you're going to be protected.
Well, now there's OnlyFans. Like, now it's online. You really don't need
if you're paying for online, like, porn is free, right?
No, but like to be a sex worker, you can be a
virtual sex worker.
Exactly, you could be OnlyFans.
I know, but I'm saying like the men who are out here.
Yes, you can do what else did she say?
Gang.
God,
that girl's annoying, and she's from Montreal.
Yeah.
Crazy Montreal.
Shout out. I forgot what her name is.
I don't know.
Pinky Doll.
I don't know her name. A mess, but like, yo, get your money, girl. Get your
money. Seriously.
Anyways, on that note, we're gonna wrap it the hell up. Thank you so much for listening or watching. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and subscribe on YouTube and listen on Apple and Spotify. Bye. Yo, that girl be out here making that money too, because I heard she makes like $3,000 a day.